Bagnaia praises Marquez's savvy, quickly adapts to the team's dynamics. KTM considers exiting MotoGP over financial struggles, while Ducati sets sights on Pedro Acosta. Let's break it all down. Stick around until the end. The motorsport world was recently shaken by news surrounding KTM's financial struggles. While KTM CEO Stefan Pierer and motorsport director Pit Bayre assured the public that their racing programs across various global championships, including MotoGP, would remain unaffected, further developments suggest potential challenges ahead. According to a report by motorsport.com on December 3, 2024, KTM has decided to freeze its motorcycle development for the 2025 MotoGP season as part of a broader effort to cut costs. This decision has sparked concerns within Dorna Sports, the commercial rights holder of MotoGP, as they weigh contingency plans to manage the situation should KTM withdraw from the premier class. The implications of KTM's potential departure are far-reaching, especially for their riders, whose contracts extend through the end of 2026. Despite KTM's reassurances, uncertainty looms over their futures. Industry insiders report that MotoGP manufacturers and Dorna are proactively exploring strategies to safeguard the careers of KTM's riders in the event of a sudden exit. One of the most prominent riders in this conversation is Pedro Acosta, the 2021 Moto3 and 2023 Moto2 World Champion. Known for his exceptional talent and meteoric rise, Acosta has been a key figure in KTM's MotoGP ambitions. However, reports suggest that Ducati is already positioning itself as a potential suitor. The Borgo Panigale-based manufacturer has reportedly initiated talks with Albert Valera, Acosta's manager, who also represents top-tier riders like Jorge Martin and Alex Espargaro. Sources indicate that Ducati views Acosta as a prime candidate for their future lineup, with contingency plans in motion should the opportunity arise to bring him into their fold. Interestingly, this isn't the first time Acosta has caught Ducati's attention. During his Moto2 tenure, Acosta was linked to Valentino Rossi's Pertamina Enduro VR46 racing team, another Ducati-backed outfit. Despite these overtures, Acosta remained steadfast in his commitment to KTM, a team that has nurtured his career from its earliest stages. But with KTM's current predicament, the prospect of a switch to Ducati might seem more plausible than ever. The uncertainty surrounding KTM's MotoGP future also casts a shadow over other key riders in their stable. Brad Binder, who has been synonymous with KTM since making his MotoGP debut in 2020, faces the prospect of navigating unfamiliar waters. Similarly, Enea Bastianini, who recently transitioned from Ducati to KTM, finds himself in a precarious position. Meanwhile, Maverick Vinales, another marquee name associated with KTM, might face limited options given his apparent reluctance to return to Yamaha or Aprilia, both of which he has previously represented. While the motorsport community waits for clarity, the ripple effects of KTM's decisions underscore the volatility of MotoGP's competitive landscape. Dorna Sports and rival manufacturers will undoubtedly continue to monitor the situation closely, preparing for what could be a significant reshuffling of talent and strategies in the near future. Pecco Bagnaia, one of MotoGP's standout talents, faced a challenging and emotionally charged conclusion to the 2024 season. The Ducati factory rider, who entered the year as the reigning world champion, was unable to retain his title in the face of fierce competition from Jorge Martin. Despite a commendable 11 Sunday victories, Bagnaia's season was marred by costly errors, particularly during sprint races. These missteps ultimately overshadowed his triumphs and defined a campaign that fell short of expectations. The turning point for Bagnaia was the Barcelona Solidarity GP, where his title hopes officially slipped away. Reflecting on the season almost a month later, the Turin-born rider appeared at Ducati's annual Campioni in Festa event. This celebration, traditionally held to honor the team's successes, had a bittersweet note for Bagnaia. While Ducati as a whole thrived, with multiple reasons to celebrate across categories, Bagnaia's individual season left room for introspection. Bagnaia admitted to being particularly affected by watching Max Verstappen secure his fourth Formula One World Championship. The Dutchman's dominance served as a stark reminder of the level of consistency and precision required to sustain success in motorsport. Bagnaia couldn't help but reflect on the gap between his aspirations and the reality of his 2024 season. His reflections were a testament to the psychological toll of competing at the highest level, where every mistake is magnified and opportunities are fleeting. Adding to the intrigue surrounding Bagnaia's 2024 season is the arrival of his new teammate Marc Marquez. The multi-time world champion brings not only immense talent, but also a history of intense competition. Marquez has openly acknowledged Bagnaia's status as the benchmark within the Ducati garage. However, Ducati's team philosophy insists on equality between its riders at the start of each season, allowing competition to naturally determine leadership. This approach aligns with Bagnaia's perspective, emphasizing collaboration and adaptability as key components for success. Throughout the year, Bagnaia showcased moments of brilliance, but also encountered significant setbacks. He identified 3 pivotal races that encapsulated his season's trajectory. The Spanish GP at Jerez marked a turning point where he and his team finally unlocked the potential of the Desmosedici. At Assen, Bagnaia delivered a masterclass in resilience and skill, solidifying his credentials as one of the grid's elite. However, the Malaysian GP cast a shadow over his season, as a disappointing performance effectively ended his championship ambitions. Despite the challenges, Bagnaia remains optimistic about the future. His reflections on 2024 reveal a rider who is not only eager to learn from his mistakes, but also determined to emerge stronger. With Marquez as a teammate, Ducati's unwavering support, and lessons from a tumultuous season, Bagnaia looks ahead to 2025 with a renewed focus. Whether he can reclaim the World Championship remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: Pecco Bagnaia's journey is far from over. The turmoil surrounding KTM and Pecco Bagnaia's rollercoaster season are shaping up to be 2 of MotoGP's biggest storylines heading into 2025. On one hand, KTM's decision to freeze motorcycle development for the 2025 season in an effort to tackle financial challenges has left their future in MotoGP uncertain. While team management has attempted to reassure fans and stakeholders, this move has sparked questions about the fate of riders like Pedro Acosta and Brad Binder. Meanwhile, Ducati seems ready to seize the opportunity, positioning itself as a top contender to poach KTM's talent if the team withdraws. Such a shake-up would undoubtedly force Dorna Sports to strategize on how to maintain the sport's competitive balance. At the same time, Pecco Bagnaia's bittersweet conclusion to the 2024 season underscores the highs and lows of life at the top of MotoGP. Despite racking up an impressive 11 race wins, a series of costly mistakes in sprint races ultimately dashed his hopes of retaining the championship. Now, with Marc Marquez joining Ducati, Bagnaia faces the dual challenge of reclaiming his title while competing against one of the sport's all-time greats within his own team. From KTM's crossroads to Ducati's evolving dynamics, the stage is set for an electrifying 2025 season, where strategy, talent, and mental resilience will determine who comes out on top. Hey MotoGP fans, don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated with all the latest action.